Devin Carter and Coach Kim English. We do have one Georgetown note. 30 points by Jaden Epps is the most by a Hoya in the tournament, in a Big East tournament game, since Jeff Green scored 30 in 2007 against Notre Dame.
You know what Ewing sign was?
What?
Any idea what Ewing sign was? Tournament game?
No.
Back before 2007.
Wait, what?
Before 2007.
Oh, the record is Allen Iverson, 38. Friars are here. We have Coach Kim English. And in order, we got Devin Carter, Dave Gaines, and Josh Adora. In that order. So we'll ask Coach to make an opening statement, then we'll have questions.
Good evening. Proud of our guys in this new season. The mission is to go 1-0. Most important game in tournament settings is to win the first game. Proud of our guys. In these games, especially to end someone's season is difficult. Those guys over there had a tough season. And I have immense respect, one for Ed, and then those players for never quitting. They competed to the bitter end, even in the second half. They shot 32% in the first, turned around 52 in the second. But proud of our guys for finding a way to put them away. They had a ton of change in defenses. Epps is a great player, really good shooters around him. Devin was doing our game plan. Our guys were doing our game plan. Epps was making shots on our coaches, not our players. Those shots made where they were doing exactly what we wanted them to do, make tough contested twos. He was making them. And proud of our guys for finding a way.
All right, we're going to take questions, and if we could concentrate first on the players, and then we'll go right here in front.
Hey, Devin, just great game tonight, by the way. Obviously, really historic night for you personally with the awards and such. But I just want to know, have you even taken any time to really process that or think what it means, or are you entirely focused just on the team and what you guys have coming up?
I got the awards, and then I took everything in here earlier at the Garden, and then the moment I left, I locked in with my teammates, I went back and I got on the normal tape boost because I was just standing around all day. So, I pushed it to the side, and, my teammates did a great job of making shots and making the right plays that are, the traps and post doubles and everything. So,
Let's go over here to Kevin.
Yeah, Devin, off what Kim said, just the challenge of facing Epps tonight. He had so much on his shoulders, and ball screens were difficult to get around tonight.
yeah, our game plan was just to force him left. I was just trying to force him left. He was, like Coach Kim said, he made tough shots on our terms, what we call it. So, credit to Jaden. He's a great player. He made tough shots tonight.
Second row right here.
Coach, this one being your first Big East tournament win, first Big East tournament game, what did that feel for you tonight?
I really try to be in the moment. It was tough for me earlier. Devin had such a career-defining moment earlier today, winning the Player of the Year award. And as I was sitting there, I was like, usually the Player of the Years probably aren't playing on Wednesday. But he was up since 9:30, shoot around, straight to the Garden for the press conference. And I was just sitting in the back of our Uber back, and I had to tell him I want him to enjoy these moments, but sorry, he's going to have to relish that moment after the season's done. We have business to attain to. I grew up watching this tournament, but it's not important. the fantastical things, all of the garden. The game is the most important thing. In this league, if you're not focused, it's like a cannonball going through your chest. So we don't have time not to focus in this league.
Brendan, over here on the right.
This is for Ticket and for Josh. First, your thoughts on having a teammate named Big East Player of the Year, and also there was a stretch there in the second half. I think you guys went about maybe 5 minutes without scoring. I think Josh, you hit a three. Ticket, you hit a three coming out of a timeout. They never go within 9. Just how much was the defense important at that stretch when you guys weren't clicking on offense?
For the first thing, just definitely seeing the work that he's put in all year. With Bryce going down, we knew some guys had to step up, and he did that every game. Every game he came, showed up, and gave us a chance. And just to see his work put into Big East Player of the Year was special for us. And to the game, just guys had to step up and make shots. Like you said, we didn't go scoring for 5 minutes, and Josh come down, hit a three for us, which was big in times where you can't score. You're looking to your top scorers who can make plays. And just defensively, that's what we want to hang our hat on every night. Every time we step on the court, we want to be the best we can defensively, whether that's making sure we stick to the game plan defensively, or also making sure that we don't have any mental mistakes. We stand together on defense, talking, and things like that.
Right here in the middle.
Devin, great game tonight. What has driven you to be spectacular in these late game moments as what you've done tonight?
Say it one more time. Sorry.
What has driven you to be great in these late game moments or what you did tonight?
I mean, just late game. I mean, I like, my teammates, they all have confidence in me shooting the shots that I shoot. So, I mean, I definitely give a lot of credit to, these two guys and the rest of the people back in the locker room. They tell me to shoot shots and, they just space out and, let me go to work. So,
Right here in the middle.
Thank you. For Devin, I was wondering, what was it like for you to come out onto the court at MSG tonight, right after being named Big East Player of the Year? And then also, I'm also just wondering what your thoughts were on the crowd tonight. Friars fans did travel, and it felt throughout the arena tonight.
It was great. I mean, we had a lot of fans. They come to every game. I mean, we have a lot of fans and a lot of road games, but Madison Square Garden, they like to pop out for this one a lot. So, I mean, it's great having them here, and just they bring a lot of energy, and we feed off of it. So, I mean, it's great for us to have them here.
Going to go to the back there, second row from the back.
Devin, Georgetown went on a huge run. They got it down to 10, and then you hit a huge three, and then the next possession you got a big layup. Tell me what was going through your mind when that was happening.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to put the fire out at that time. I mean, I know, a lot of crazy things can happen in March, including like a 10.0 run for them. So, I mean, I just try to put the fire out as fast as possible, and that's what happened.
We're going to let the players go and keep Coach here for a couple minutes. Marvin here in front.
Coach, it's a big game. Of course, it's the first game. You guys pushed the tempo early.
Yeah.
That kind of threw Georgetown off and made them play faster. Was that part of your game plan, or was that something that?
Yeah, we absolutely want to go. We want to get rebounds and play. I give, maybe too much freedom, but it's what I want. And I want our guys to play the right way. I want them to go in the first 7 seconds. Watch Creighton tomorrow. Creighton wants to go in the first 7 seconds. Layups and open threes and free throws is what we want. And then if we don't, we want to, flow transition. We couldn't do that in the second half. They shot 52%. You're taking the ball out the net. Your break is going to be a little stymied. And credit to them for making tough shots. And it's the essence of coaching. Do we do what we do better defensively, or do we switch? And we consider trapping Epps. We did once. I think Fielder or Bristol made a three in the corner. One of them, yeah.
Far right, Ian.
Hey, Kim. For Devin to win Player of the Year this offseason, there was a decision he had to make. He chose to stay with you, and for you to see him through this process this season, what does it mean for the partnership between you two?
Well, it's the power of Friartown, honestly. Devin's experience at PC, on campus, in the community, the support at games, made him not want to leave. In the days before I got here, Steve Napolillo was my ace recruiter, recruiting guys to stay even before I met them. And then once we got here, it was quick. He's a tough kid. He's a son of a pro. He's a son of an NBA player, so he doesn't get caught up in a lot of times, emotional things that happen in our business. His dad's played for a lot of coaches. Devin's played for his third coach in 3 years. We talked about the way we play, and didn't promise him anything except for a great opportunity to be the best version of himself, and he took it and ran with it.
We're going to do two more. Peter?
Yeah, Coach, you can talk about one. In the first half, you only had one turnover,
Yeah.
and then in the game, you had like an inordinate number of assists on your field goals.
One more time to hear.
Yeah,
question,
on your
man.
assists, you had like 18 assists
Yeah.
on 24 field goals.
16 on 24, yeah.
Yeah. So is that just better sharing the ball?
Yeah, we had 19 assists last time we played them. We want to share the ball. They impact the ball in pick and roll, so that's putting 2 on the ball. When you have 2 on the ball, you want to pass to the one that's open, and then when the one is open, he has a decision. It's 4 on 3 from there. Just make the right play. I thought our guys turned down some shots, but yeah, we want to take what the game gives you.
All the way in the back, Frank.
Coach, the challenge of turning around now in less than 24 hours from now, facing another tough opponent.
Yeah, very, very good opponent coming off a great win the last Saturday at Nova, where they got out to a huge lead, like 34-7, 30. It was a crazy lead, but just them UConn, Marquette, maybe the smartest teams in our league. The players are like coaches. Just play the right way, never make mistakes, don't beat themselves. We're gonna have to have a very mature and great effort tomorrow night.
Last one in front, Eugene. Okay, all right, good. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
See you tomorrow.
God bless you. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
I'll read your thing.
Okay. Tournament edition.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't know yet.
Hello, hello.
For Georgetown, it's going to be Jaden Epps and Dontrell Styles with Coach Ed Cooley.
I have time. I'm seeing where do I miss.
If you look at the plus-minus ratio, so Epps at 30, right? But he also was on the court for 40 minutes, and he has a minus 18.
Period at the end.
If you look at the other side, Josh Durham, he's a plus 21. And he was on 39 minutes, so that 42 seconds. 6-point difference.
I'm gonna make him think of switching. I should have. I'm gonna be like, "Are you good?" I'm gonna be like, "You okay?" We really did.
Georgetown is here. We have Dontrez Styles and Jaden Epps and Coach Ed Cooley.
All right, well, it's a lot of ways to start. First, I want to thank, I want to thank my team. This has been a very challenging year, an emotional year. I wish I could have done a much better job with them over the course of the 32 games we played. It didn't turn out the way we wanted, but it's an opportunity for us to grow, get better. But anytime you have an opportunity to come and play in this Big East tournament, there's something special about this. I've said this the last time I sat here about a week ago, and unfortunately we weren't. There's no greater tournament in America. There's no greater venue in America to play than when you play in this building. We have the longest standing conference tournament for a reason. The partnership with MSG is amazing, and we hope it stays for eternity. As far as us, it just wasn't our type of year, right? We had a long way to go, a long way to build, but I'm proud of our guys' effort, right? I thought we laid it on the line right to the very end. It gives us an opportunity to build Georgetown once again, and it wasn't a good year. And I think all these losses I take, I got to do a better job as a leader, and I'll continue to get better. But I thought the struggles this year helped me become a much better coach, helped me become a better listener, more attention to detail. It's obvious we have to add a lot more talent. We played a very talented team. We played a very talented player, really talented player. So I'm really proud of Devin being the player of the year. I definitely voted for him. I thought he should also have been the defensive player of the year. I voted for him on that as well. Taking nothing away from anybody in the league, because you could have had 3 or 4 other players of the year and maybe another defensive player of the year. But credit Providence. They made the right plays. They withstood a run, right? We didn't execute from the free throw line. But again, really, really proud of our program. We'll continue to grow. We'll get better. But it's our goal as the league to make sure we continue to put as many teams in that tournament, and Providence is right there. They're going to be a worthy opponent on Sunday.
Questions, please? Right over here in front. Let us get the microphone to you. I'm sorry.
Two things for you, Jaden. When you look back at the season, what's going to stand out to you? What kind of memories are you going to have from it? Like Ed was just talking about, the start of, rebuilding this program, and also what was working so well for you today in particular?
When I look back on the season, like Coach said, it wasn't really the season we wanted, but you can look at it as a learning experience. We learned a lot from it, and I always just take it as it builds character. What we went through this year, it builds character, and Coach told us before the game, like, it's not gonna rain forever. Like, we gotta move forward. We gotta keep building this program, and we gotta just keep trying our best. And today, Coach was drawing up sets. My teammates were finding me. We obviously it wasn't enough for us to get the win, but he dialed me up, and whenever it's called, I try to deliver.
Right here in the center.
Hi, Coach Cooley. Despite this moment right now, what words of encouragement did you tell your team in the locker room?
Well, I mean, you have to have gratitude no matter what you do. As much as we want to win, we as leaders, you still have to understand we have young men. They're emotionally distraught, you know what I mean? I told them, let's keep the main thing the main thing. 99% of college basketball players are going to need a J-O-B. And you have one of the greatest academic degrees in the world. Let's keep that the main thing as well. But, hug them up, let them know, like, be open, honest, and direct with them. Be real with them, right? Don't try to BS your kids. They will smell that anyway. If you're open, honest, and direct, your men will respect you. I feel for them. I mean, like, the room's quiet in here. We'll get better. The better team won today. All the credit goes to Providence. We have to continue to build. We'll get better, right? It's not the end of the day. The sun will come up tomorrow. I got a hell of a job. I work for a hell of an AD. I work for a hell of a president, right? And we're going to move this program in the right direction. The Big East is going to be healthier when Georgetown gets to where we're going to go.
Second row in the middle.
Jaden, this question's for you. So despite the loss tonight,
You made a bit of history being the second Hoya only in the history of the Big East tournament, second to Allen Iverson with 30-plus points. What's it like to be in that elite of a company with such an NBA great?
It's good to be in company with, and beside the name of Allen Iverson, you know how great he was. It's good. Like Coach said, it's just always good to play in this building as well. You know, growing up as a kid, you see so much about it. You watch games here, and you hear how legendary it is. So, it's just a dream come true playing in this building and getting an opportunity like that. And I just got to keep working and trying to keep getting better.
In the middle, in the back.
Coach, right here. Just a quick question. You had mentioned earlier how obviously this wasn't the best year for you guys. What are some things that you think that you're able to build on going into next year to kind of start building this program up and up even more?
Ooh. Obviously, we've got to add some pieces, right? You know, we have a really young core that's coming in. You know, the nucleus, we feel we have a good nucleus, so there'll be some carryover. Given how our jobs are definitely challenging now with the landscape of college athletics, with the portal and NIL, we as coaches will build teams versus programs. And hopefully the carryover you have with the men that'll be in a locker room can build on that culture and that philosophy. So, you know, that's something that I'm grateful about, you know, going into year 2. Hopefully we make a big, big jump.
Last question, all the way in the back.
Coach, one of the things I noticed, you guys have a storied program, but the effort you put out there tonight, it would have been easy to quit. You had a horrible year, not because you weren't trying, but that effort you put out tonight. Tell me what you said to your team and how they respond to you to show such great effort.
You know, when you have a year like this, I mean, this is the first time I'm going through this as a head coach. I had a similar situation as an assistant coach in this building at Boston College in 1997, I believe. Played against a very talented Syracuse team. And I think before the first media timeout, it was like 30-2, right? And again, when you have in these type of years, it's a credit to our coaches, it's a credit to our team, that they still fought right to the very end. There's a lot of people that are throwing the towel. A lot of teams were throwing the towel, right? So it's a credit to the culture that we're building, the DNA of the men, the care of the men, the pride of the men, right? Just wasn't a year to, you know, to write about, but it's definitely a year to learn from.
Georgetown, thank you. Thanks.
Still working. I was waving. Yeah. I'm like, I didn't have the question. Right. No. I was just waving. I was like, he looks so familiar.